Hello, my name is Raza Daga. In this presentation, I will discuss my emerging understanding of leadership in early childhood education and care. I will explain a leadership model that connects with ECEC practice, describe my professional commitments, and reflect on how leadership influences my teaching practice. This presentation connects with the early years learning framework, the National Quality Framework, and the ECA Code of Ethics. Leadership in early childhood education is not limited to management roles. Educators also demonstrate leadership through collaboration, reflective practice, and professional engagement. Effective leadership improves the quality of early childhood services by encouraging educators to work together to create meaningful learning environments for children. Leadership also promotes reflective practice where educators evaluate their teaching strategies and continuously improve their professional practice. In addition, positive leadership fosters respectful communication, teamwork, and shared responsibility among educators, which supports high quality education and care for young children. Several leadership models are relevant in early childhood education, particularly transformational leadership, pedagogical leadership, and shared leadership. Transformational leadership focuses on motivating and inspiring educators to work towards shared goals and continuously improve upon their professional practice. In early childhood setting, this approach is important because it encourages educators to collaborate, reflect on their teaching strategies, and support each other's in creating meaningful learning experiences for children. During my placement experience, I figured out that transformational leadership is the leadership that I'll be going with. Similarly, pedagogical leadership is especially significant in early childhood education because it focuses directly on teaching and learning practices rather than concentrating only on administrative tasks. And pedagogical leaderships emphasizing improving curriculum planning. Yeah, Research also suggests that a leadership that is closely connected to teaching practices has the greatest impact on children's educational development. Shared leadership is also highly relevant in early childhood settings as educators typically work collaboratively while planning learning experiences and supporting children's development. Ethical leadership is a fundamental aspect for early childhood education because educators are responsible for supporting the well-being, rights, and development of a young child. Leadership in this context involves making professional decisions that prioritize children's safety, inclusion, and overall development. The Early Childhood Education Australian Code of Ethics provides important guidance for educators by emphasizing respect, fairness, and professional responsibility when working with children, families, and colleagues. In practice, ethical leadership requires educators to create inclusive learning environments that respect children's diverse backgrounds, cultures, and their abilities. It also involves building a respectful partnership with families, recognizing that families play a central role in children's learning and development. Furthermore, ethical leadership includes advocating for children's rights and well-beings within early childhood settings. By demonstrating integrity, professionalism, and respect in their daily interactions, educators contribute to building a positive and supportive learning environment that benefits both child and the wider community overall. Leadership in early childhood education significantly influences everyday professional practice. Effective leadership supports educators in building positive relationships with colleagues, children, and families, which strengthens the collaboration within early learning environment. When leaders promote open and supportive communication, educators feel more confident sharing ideas, discussing challenges, and working together to improve teaching practices. Leadership also plays an important role into curriculum planning and reflective practices. Through collaborative discussions, educators can analyze children's learning experiences, reflect on teaching strategies, and adapt their practice to better support children's development. This reflective process allows educators to continuously improve the quality of learning environment. Child-centered practice is a key principle for early childhood education and is closely connected to effective pedagogical leadership. The early years learning framework recognizes children as capable and active participants in their learning, which means educators must listen to children's ideas, interests, and perspective when planning learning experiences. However, child-centered learning does not simply mean following children's interests without guidance. Educators also play an important role in intentionally supporting and extending children's learning through thoughtful teaching strategies and curriculum planning as well. In this way, leadership in early childhood education involves balancing children's agency and intentional teaching practices. Research also suggests that children are capable of understanding values such as fairness, cooperation, and social responsibilities when educators create supportive learning environments. By encouraging children to express their ideas and participate in decision making, educators can promote both meaningful learning and positive social development. Throughout my placement experience in an early childhood setting, I began to understand that leadership is not limited to formal roles such as center director or managers. Instead, leadership can be demonstrated through everyday professional practices, including collaboration with colleagues, reflective thinking, and building respectful relationships with children and families. Observing educators working together to plan learning experiences helped me recognize the importance of shared leadership in early childhood education. Educators regularly discussed children's development, shared teachings and ideas, and reflected on their practices to improve learning outcomes. These experiences helped me understand that leadership is closely connected into teamwork, communication, and professional responsibility. Hence, what I understand by like analyzing all the leadership models is that uh, all the three of the main leadership models can be applied according to the situation or can be applied a combination of all the threes. Thank you for listening. That's my presentation.